All right, Shalom. I'd like to start by giving all praises, honor, and glory that's due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, giving all diligence to make your calling and election sure, as well as hastening the return of our Lord Yahweh Shai. All right, which is fastly approaching. All right. This has been coined the year of apostasy, sellouts, agents, as well as Jacob's trouble through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And as far as Jacob's trouble goes, it's safe to say that we're 1 foot in the door concerning Jacob's trouble. All right, when you look at the state of this economy, okay, and we're starting to see all of these prophecies, even the smaller ones, come to pass. Okay, right now, the people in Babylon are lamenting, okay, and mourning the price of food, the price of gas, the price of rent, the price of utilities, you name it, man, just the cost of living as a whole, okay, and they're not able to pay their bills comfortably and still go out and do the things they want to do. Buy fast food if they want to. Go and buy a pair of sneakers. These rappers and singers and stuff, they not selling out tickets to concerts, and so pretty much, these people are suffering. Okay, so, and this is all scriptural. Okay, this is all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. This is all prophecy. Okay, and the whole earth, America, to be specific, but the whole earth is bound by the spirit of prophecy, man. Okay, let me get this scripture right here real quick. Isaiah 25:7. It says, and he being Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and he will destroy in this mountain. Mountains represents governments. All right. And he will destroy in this mountain, in this government, America, the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. Well, what is a veil? A veil is something that a woman would wear in the ancient days to cover her face. All right. So what's being said here is the tricks and the schemes that this government, this American government, and America as a whole used to be able to pull to keep the masses blinded, they're wearing off. Okay, bread and circus, NBA, NFL. Okay, people are no longer mesmerized with these things. Okay, rap concerts, festivals, turning up, getting drunk, going to clubs. People are no longer mesmerized with these things. All right. Because what? Because they're having to focus on how they're gonna pay their rent. Okay, what they're gonna eat, if they're gonna eat. All right, choosing between gas and groceries and stuff like that. So the Lord is taking away the comfortability of this and taking away the enchantment that Esau had on these people. Now the thing is, these people are waking up to the tricks and schemes and the wickedness of Esau Edom, which is the self-proclaimed white man. But the thing is, they don't have the answers, man. The Lord hasn't given them the remedy. So what do you do when you wake up to the reality of a situation, but you don't have an answer to how to go about dealing with it? Okay, that'll drive you insane. Because now what? Now you feel stuck. Okay? Now you feel you feel hopeless, man. Okay, you have nothing to hope in, nothing to believe in. All right, nothing to fall back on. Right? And that is the difference between the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, the men that are serving Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and the women. Salakia, the screen timed out. But that is the difference between the elect that is serving Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai and the women and the children that are attached to them. All right, and these regular, and these 2/3 jakes out here that haven't repented. All right, that's still stuck in their ways, man. Okay, that is the difference. So let's check this out. And the thing is, man, these people, these Americans, there's no other way to put it, but they're simply just stupid, man. These Americans are stupid because, and they're blinded, man. The Lord has these people blinded, man. They can't see it. They're in a store complaining about the grocery prices. Like, you'll have a guy be like, man, I bought 5 items and I spent $50. All right, and the thing is, when you look at the shit that they bought, man, these people are not even willing to cut back on, like, name brand goods and buy the cheaper off-brand, so-called off-brand shit. Okay? They're not even willing to do that. They're stupid, man. All right? They're not even willing to make the adjustments to their lifestyle and cut back on some of their spending habits, man. They're gonna, which is, to me, is very stupid. Okay? Yeah, I just wanted to say that. So, yeah, man, these Americans have this obsession with pretending to have it, man. These people in America, Babylon, are so obsessed with pretending to have wealth and money and, keeping up with the Joneses, trying to impress the next person, that they're not even smart enough to downsize or downscale their lifestyle to the point where it's beneficial to them and whatever their financial situation is, man. Okay? Which is retarded to me, man. I had my cousin call me the other day. All right? And he's talking to me and everything, and he's talking about doing this and doing that. I'm like, man, you don't see what's going on in the world right now? Price of the economy, da-da-da-da. He said he was looking for work. I was like, man, I could plug you at my job. And he think he got options. And he's like, well, I'm thinking about doing this. And I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? And he started talking to me about, so when do you think is there anything you think you want to go to school for something? I'm like, what? Go to school? He's talking about going to college or some shit. Like, which there's nothing wrong with forwarding yourself in this society. If you have an opportunity to make things better for yourself, there's nothing wrong with doing that. But, taking out student loans right now, trying to go get a degree in America, talking about planning for some grand future, like, because really that's what it boils down to, is like, these people have these delusions of what they think their future gonna be, man. He's talking about, yeah, I'm about to try to get into real estate, and this guy's living at home with his mom and my aunt. You know what I'm saying? Working, making commission at a fucking store in the mall, and he calls that a career. You know what I'm saying? And he spends all of his free money on getting high and smoking weed, man. Right? And this guy's calling me. And so the point is, man, I was on the phone with this guy, talking to this guy. I'm like, man, and then I just, the scripture say, cast not your pearls before swine, man. Now, he knows for a fact what I do and what I'm a part of, what I believe in to some extent. But it's like these people just shrug you off. They like, he ain't got the answers. He don't know what he's talking about. And then I went on to tell this guy about a dream that I had with him in it. It was like some end of the world type shit, man. Which we know that's the time we're in, so to speak. But I had this dream about you. And he goes on to tell me, man, I had a dream that I was in a terrorist attack in the mall. And he works in the mall, right? And I'm like, and then he's just not putting two and two together, man. Right? The Lord said, you pour the Spirit upon all flesh. He's not putting two and two together, man. These people think that this shit gonna blow over, man. And they don't understand that a sword is being sharpened. Okay, according to the scriptures, man. All right, great judgment is coming upon the earth. The return of Yahushua is approaching speedily, man. Okay. You know, and yeah, man, meat is extremely high, man. Extremely high. All right. And, you know, one thing I always see in these videos, people go out for ground beef, but they don't even consider, like, man, I could do some ground turkey, you know, or ground chicken. They got that too. You know, these people are not thinking, man. They're just thinking like the thing that they want, they can't have. You know, all of the frivolous spending, and they're not able to do it anymore. So I think we get the point. Let's go into the scriptures. This is Haggai 1:6. It says, ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put into a bag with holes. All right, and this was a curse that was specifically upon the nation of Israel, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Seminole Native Americans. But according to the scriptures, I believe that's Deuteronomy 30. Okay, the Lord is taking these same curses and he's putting them upon our enemies. All right, and if you've repented and you return unto Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, and you start acknowledging and serving your power, then you know, like, hey, man, we're no longer staying upon Esau. Okay, we're no longer trusting in Esau for the want of all things, man. We're trusting in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, right? And you know, the Lord makes a way. You know, he always makes a way, man. Out of no way, when there seems like there's no way, when there's no help for you, no one to call upon, the Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is right there, man. He's right there. All right, and I can attest that he's delivered me out of every situation, man, that I've been in, and the Lord hasn't allowed me to fall, you know, and not get back up. Okay, he puts the spirit on you to keep pushing. Okay, he doesn't. What the Lord doesn't do is he doesn't upset your faith in him, man. All right, now you do have to exercise patience. Okay, you do have to exercise prudence. You do have to also keep your integrity, but the Lord does not upset your faith in him, man. All right, he doesn't put you in a spirit of despair to where you just can't take it, man. Anything the Lord puts you through is because you can handle it, man. He gives you the spirit to endure. All right. And so anyway, man, it says, ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but you have not enough. You drink, but you are not filled with drink. You clothe, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put into a hole with bags, man. And all of America is suffering from this, man, right now, man. It's not just Jake no more. Okay, these Edomites are getting their first tastes, right? And this started last year, but they're getting their first taste of struggle, man. Which is fucking sad, though, bro. You know what I'm saying? And now you got these Edomites coming out and they're showing sympathy to Jake, like, oh, you blacks are so strong, and how do you endure it? Man, we've been going through this, man. You so-called blacks, Latinos, Seminole, and natives, man. We've been, even when the economy was at its best, we were at the bottom, still so-called robbing Peter to pay Paul, man. Barely making ends meet, okay? But even still, you know, you got Jake out there, man, who when this inflation turns into hyperinflation, hey, man, These people are gonna go under, man, and you can start to see where these prophecies and these scriptures are gonna begin to take place. All right, such as this one, 2 Ezra 15 and verse 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands." So these Americans, these Babylonians, they already divided, man, on every front, man. They're divided on the different between men and women, crooked or straight, if you could read between the lines. Okay, they're divided on politics, the left versus the right. Okay, just divided on everything, man. Okay. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another." Okay, look at the price of groceries, man. Why are people going to be running in each other's houses and invading each other's dwellings? For the lack of food, man. For the lack of resources. Okay. It says, "They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." Right? So these people are not going to regard these leaders, man, these politicians, even on down to these police officers and shit, man. People are not going to care about that, man. The course of their actions, the decisions they're gonna make is going to be according to whatever power they have. And in America, we talking firepower, okay, or manpower, okay. You got these white Edomite militia groups, right? They meeting up, having regular meetings, preparing themselves, talking amongst each other. You know, it says, "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able." Right? Look at the price of gas right now, man. All right, price of gas is extreme right now, man. You know, you got somebody you want to go see that live more than 30 minutes away, man. You gotta really consider. You better really consider that, man. Like, man, you know. Ain't no more frivolous living, man, than just waking up and just fucking la land, man. Every decision you make is going to count against you. Okay? You got TSA not being paid in the airports. And now you got ICE in the airports, man. All right, standing there. Ready to profile you based off if your skin brown or not. All right? It says, "For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid." It says, "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor." Right? It says, "But shall destroy their houses with the swords." Man, these people already hate each other, man. All right? Man, these houses, when you look at these neighborhoods, these houses are piled right on top of each other. These apartment buildings and the ghettos, Jake piled right on top of each other. Esau stick everybody in one central location because it helps him to keep more control over you. Okay, so these people already hate their neighbors and shit, man. They already divided. So you talking about ain't no food? Oh, now you giving them they got a reason to come see you. Okay, it says, "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation." All right, and there you have it, man. All right, that's the times that we're coming into. Okay, this is Revelation 6 and verse 6. It says, "And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny." Okay, and the thing is, the understanding of that is just simply, you got people that are going to be spending a day's wage. You know, on average, the average person makes anywhere from $100 to $160 a day. So imagine having to take a whole day's wage, like that guy just said, $100 for a few items. Okay, imagine I have to take a whole day's pay just to go in a grocery store and you get 2, 3, 4 items, man, and you just spent your whole day's pay. Okay, so you spend a lot of money, but you're getting very little for it. All right, and that goes into hyperinflation. Okay. And that's what these people are about to experience. See, the scriptures tell you in 2 Ezra 16, around the 18th verse, this is just the beginning of sorrows. Okay, this is the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, man. Things are gonna get a whole lot worse. Okay, this is the book of Baruch 4, Salakia. This is the book of Baruch 4, and I'm gonna start at verse 25. It says, "My children, suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from the Most High." Right now, the elect, we're still in the midst of these things that are going on, man. All right, but the Lord, He's gonna deliver us out of all of these said perils. Okay, now it says, "My children, suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from the Most High. For thine enemy have persecuted thee, but surely thou shalt see his destruction." And we had an understanding that all of these things are happening for the controversy of Zion, for the deliverance of the elect, man. So, hey, man, we're going to suffer these things joyfully, man. All right, with the understanding that at the end of this thing, the Lord Yahweh Shai returns, man. We're going into the kingdom of heaven. All right, from glory to glory, man. Okay. It says, Yahweh Ratazah, we be of the elect. Okay. It says, "For thine enemy have persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction and shall tread upon his neck." It says, "My delicate ones have gone rough ways and were taken away as a flock caught up with enemies. Be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto the Most High, for ye shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you." So the reason we're in this situation anyway is because what? It was the Lord's will. All right. So seeing as though the Lord brought these things upon us, and we're making strides to repent unto our power and show him that we're sorrowful and mournful, and we want to do right by him, and we're begging for his forgiveness, will he not deliver us out of these said perils? Okay. It says, "For as it was your mind to go astray from the Most High, so being returned, seek him 10 times more," man. Okay, so you got to put in that due diligence to seek the Lord, man. All right. It says, "For he that brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy with your salvation." All right. So we got greatness to look forward to, man. It says, "Take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee." It says, "Miserable are they that afflicted thee, and rejoiced at thy fall. Miserable are the cities which thy children serve," man. And look at America, man. Was we not afflicted here in America? Did these Edomites and these heathens not rejoice at the fall of Israel, at the downtrodden of Israel? Okay. You so-called blacks, Latinos, some of the Native Americans, were we not shitting on here in the land of America? Of course we were, man. Okay. It says, "For as she rejoiced at thy ruin and was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation." All right. And now we're getting ready to see the fall of our enemies, man. And we're going to rejoice at that, man. And these people are suffering, man. And when I see these fucking Edomites, you know, they're putting these videos up on the internet complaining, showing you, "I bought this and I bought this and I went and bought this and it cost me $50. Bro, we don't care, bro. Welcome to the party. You late as hell. We've been having to deal with this, man. Okay. It says, "For as she rejoiced at thy ruin and was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation. For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude." Yeah, ain't no rejoicing going on here in Babylon, man. All right. People complaining, man, they can't find joy in anything they do. And if they go out and call themselves having a good time, they're just going because they're just going through the motions. All right. It brings them no satisfaction anymore, man. And the mirth has been gone here, man. It's been gone. Okay. It says, "For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning," man. And that's what you're saying, man. The pride of America is being turned into mourning. Call Halal Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right. It says, "For fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time." It says, "O Jerusalem, look about thee toward the east, and behold, the joy that cometh unto thee from the Most High," man. And all of these things, these sad perils, these terrors, all these things that are happening in the earth, that the Lord is bringing upon the earth, is doing nothing but ushering in the kingdom of heaven, which is to our benefit, man. The Lord's will, we be of the elect, man. So, hey, man, miserable are the cities that afflicted thee. Miserable are the cities which thy children serve, man. America, Babylon, the great, these different countries. Hey, man, these people are miserable, man. Call Halal Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right. for standing 10 toes down and destroying these fucking heathens, all right, for the controversy of Zion, man. All right, so Lord's will, this video was edifying. Shalom.